The sun had barely climbed over the skyline when Adrien Hail rushed through the sliding glass doors of Mercy Hill Hospital. His pulse thudded in his ears, steady, heavy, and full of a fear he couldn't explain. He wasn't supposed to be back this early. He had left only an hour ago, just long enough to shower, change, and grab a few work files. But something, an instinct, a whisper, a tightening deep in his chest, dragged him back. He hurried down the silent corridor where morning light washed across the floors. The warm sun made the hallway look peaceful, but inside Adrien felt only tension. He didn't know why he was running, only that room 218 was calling him, warning him. And when he pushed open the door, that instinct shattered into reality in the most devastating way imaginable. Inside, the sight froze him. His mother, Eleanor Hail, a fragile woman in her 70s, yet stronger than anyone he'd ever known, lay gasping in her hospital bed. And hovering over her, gripping a pillow with trembling hands, was his wife, Marissa. The pillow was pressed against Eleanor's face. For a moment, Adrien's brain refused to understand what he was seeing. Marissa's usually composed expression was twisted, fear, rage, desperation tangled together. Her chest heaved. Her hands shook. And her eyes no longer looked like the woman he once loved. He knew Marissa was stressed. He knew she resented Eleanor for the financial help they once needed. He knew their marriage had been cracking for months, but this was unthinkable. The pillow slipped from Marissa's hands as Eleanor gasped for air. Adrien lunged forward, lifting his mother gently, helping her breathe, smoothing her hair as tears blurred his vision. The heart monitor screamed in panicked beeps. Sunlight streamed in, bright and warm, yet the room felt frozen, silent, suffocating. Marissa stood by the bed, backing away, pale as snow, unable to defend herself, unable to meet Adrien's eyes. In that one moment, Adrien felt the woman he married disappear. In her place stood a stranger consumed by pain and resentment. But this moment wasn't born in a single day. It was the result of years of pressure, guilt, sacrifice, and silent wounds. Adrien had lived his whole life carrying responsibility on tired shoulders. Eleanor raised him alone, working double shifts so he could get through college. She gave up everything for him. And he always felt he owed her the world. When he married Marissa, he hoped life would finally soften. For a while, it did. Marissa was gentle, supportive, warm. But when his business collapsed, they had to move in with Eleanor. That decision became the quiet turning point of their lives. Tension replaced peace. Resentment replaced love. Marissa hated needing help. Eleanor hated being dismissed behind closed doors. Adrien tried to keep the peace, but every day felt like he was holding two breaking worlds in his hands. Weeks before the hospital incident, Eleanor collapsed, heart trouble, the doctors said. But Adrien knew it wasn't just her heart. It was the emotional exhaustion, the constant conflict, the silent battles happening in the house. Now, standing in room 218, sunlight warming the floor but not his heart, Adrien felt everything crumble. A nurse rushed in, followed by security, and Marissa was gently escorted out. Her voice trembled with apologies Adrien wasn't ready to hear. Eleanor's breathing steadied, but her eyes held hurt, deep, quiet hurt. Adrien held her hand, feeling her weak fingers curl around his. He wanted to scream. To cry. To rewrite the last several years. But the past was unchangeable. All he had was this moment, and the choice to protect the woman who protected him his entire life. He reported the incident, not for revenge, but because safety had to come first. He spent hours by Eleanor's side, whispering reassurances, telling her she mattered. Telling her she was loved. The guilt inside him was heavy. He had married someone who let bitterness consume her, and he hadn't seen it soon enough. But beneath the guilt was something new, resolve. A quiet, unwavering strength. He would not let this darkness follow them anymore. Days passed. Then weeks. Through therapy, legal help, and distance, Adrien slowly rebuilt the balance of his life. The daylight didn't feel cold anymore. Eleanor grew stronger. Adrien found peace in caring for her, just as she once cared for him. Part of him mourned the end of his marriage. Another part felt free for the first time in years. The storm had finally moved on. And Eleanor, always gentle, always wise, held his hand one morning and whispered that she didn't blame him. That hurt can twist people. That love can blind us. That forgiveness doesn't mean staying in danger, it means letting go so healing can begin. In that moment, Adrien finally understood, healing wasn't just for her. It was for him. He learned that even the deepest heartbreaks can lead to new beginnings. That love should nurture, not destroy. That family should uplift, not drain. And that choosing courage over fear can change everything. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. And let us know in the comments, what lesson do you take from Adrien's journey? Because in the end, Adrien discovered that even the most painful daylight moments can lead to hope, if you choose the path forward.